All right, so we got this basic loop right now. We're just looking at, here's our reference track that I got going on right now. Let's hear that. All right, so one thing that I noticed right away is this probably could be elevated. Something like that, where we just move this note up here. Kind of give it a little more diversity with that bass change. So we're just going through, we're just going to start listening to the reference track and we're going to go back and forth to see what we can do to elevate, then to arrange, okay?
Yeah, I can't see the screen. Is it just me, or
Might be
can you see the
just,
screen, Sale?
Yeah, I see it. I see the screen. Yeah.
You see his Ableton.
it might be just your, the way you have your viewing set up on
Yeah,
your Zoom.
I changed it. All right, my bad. Carry on. I'll sort it out.
All right, cool. I want to do kind of like an elongated note on this too, then. We're going to use that. Maybe go just a little bit longer. And do that here as well. So if that's a little higher, maybe we even try like a D4. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So we're just going to go into that. We're just going to move these across then like this. Again, we're just getting this elevated the way we want to elevate. We're just looking and seeing what exactly we need to do to elevate. We're listening to the track. All right, so that can come down. See how it's a little too loud? So definitely want to take that down. See how it's really dry on his drops, right? And we have all these loops and everything. We don't want all that happening right now. We want to just see exactly where we. All right, let's hear out what samples we have. All right, let's turn that down. What do we like about this top of right? So maybe try to loop these together, try to do something clever like that. Maybe do something like that together, right? Maybe just take some of these out. Try to simplify this loop, right? Let's try to simplify things before we arrange things. I like the groove of this, so I just want to kind of get that groove in there. That open hat's just really too clanky. You can hear it. Let's hear it. We're just moving along with that. got that. All right, cool. So we're just gonna get this loop finished up here, and then we're gonna start rating.
All the time to shine, 'cause
It's this one.
running in my mind, feeling high, doing what I want.
Let's see if we can find a better sound for that lead.
Running in my mind, feeling high.
A little too much. We're just trying to find some stuff that sits better.
Running in my mind, feeling high, doing what I want. All the
Kind of cool. Maybe try something like that.
time,
And here we're just trying to find stuff that's like gonna make this like an iconic thing, right? All right, so we'll start automating this in a little bit with that cutoff filter. You can see this right here. All right, so it's just a preset. We're just gonna automate those in. Kind of nice and tight right there.
goddamn, I'm colder. Running in my mind, feeling high, doing what I want. All the time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder.
All right, so we got that. All right. All right, cool. So we know that's happening now. Kind of got that all kind of squared away with how we want certain things to sound. Then we'll start just getting this, understanding where this is all happening, right? So here's your intro. All right, so this is what we'll do. So we're just going to take the first kick and bass drop. We're just going to put that right here, kind of aligning it up right there, right? So you got your intro. So here's what I want you guys to start doing when you start arranging. Start looking at how they got this shit arranged, right? So we're just going to set this here. Here's your one, intro, rename intro. Right here, we're going to rename this intro kick and bass. Right? Full on. Then right here is your breakout. 25 mini breakdown, then drop, rename this. Oop, we're going to set a locator here at 33. Let's call this drop 1. All right, and then so he's got like another mini break right here. And then he drops it again at 57. So this is actually a long break. All right, so you can see that this is where the mini break comes in, then little mini drop right there. So we're gonna set something right there. It's like a mini drop. And then right here, it's gonna go into a long break. So double the time of your first original break. Ooh. Long drop or long break. And then this is where the second drop comes in. Cool. Drop two. All right, so you see how that works? So here's our So he still has his break going on in here. So just food for thought there. So we're still gonna just keep this, we're still gonna keep that move in here. We're gonna have this going the whole time. This is gonna be off there. We're just gonna remove the lows and the highs. That's all I'm doing with my breakdowns. So I just got this breakdown going in, so it's gonna sound like this. I'm just gonna move my drums over now. This first little part of the drums, the dry drums that we just did. We're just gonna remove a little bit more of these lows on this one. So we're just gonna remove just a little bit more. Let's see what this one sounds like. I don't know if this, I still don't love that sound. Got it.
All the time to shine, 'cause goddamn I'm colder.
Alright, so there. So we need some risers in there, some effects in there. So let's just go look for like a riser, something easy. Let's go to like some of these new sample packs we got. See if we can find well, it's kind of cool, so we'll do that. Just gonna put some risers in here just to get us moving there a little bit. You can hear there's some tension that we need to build up. So let's do that.
All the time to shine, 'cause goddamn I'm colder.
Let's turn this down.
cause goddamn I'm all the time to shine cause goddamn I'm colder.
I don't love that, but maybe we can do something like this, maybe extend it. So cool little trick for risers. You can consolidate that, keep it on like beats mode, have that labeled right there, and then extend it like this. It gives it a little bit more.
Goddamn I'm colder. All the time to shine.
Then maybe just do something like that. Then we could even just like, we could just mess it up a little bit more and put like, I don't know, there's a thing called shaper box that I like a lot of times on like when I'm doing risers, when I'm arranging things. You can do some cool sounds with it. It just like gives like a lot of different like textures and glitches. Something really cool like a generator. You can kind of hear it.
Feeling high.
See, it's kind of cool, right? You can do like a pitch effects. Or just make some noise.
All the time to shine cause goddamn I'm colder.
Make sure you turn it off after that little box thing. So we're just gonna turn that off on.
All the time to shine cause goddamn I'm colder.
Maybe just find it like a little, now we just want to find like a snare build or something simple for this first build up. Something simple just for time purposes. No. Something simple.
Feeling high. Doing what I want. All the time to shine cause goddamn I'm colder.
All right. All right, so then we're just gonna move this vocal back into here, right here. Right, we got a little mini drop, a little mini build. So we're just gonna take the lows out again right here. This little drop right here, then it's gonna come back on just for a moment. And then we got our long break. So then maybe what we do on this one is we take out just that we do the high pass filter right here. Maybe we just take a little bit of these lows back out. You can see it moving. We're gonna bring the lows kind of back in subtly, but not a ton. So what we want to do is put a little dot right here. We're just gonna bring these kind of in subtly. Right? We're just not gonna remove the full lows.
Running in my mind.
Yeah, the transition goes in this.
Time to shine cause goddamn I'm colder. Running in my mind.
We're just gonna see. We're just gonna get this transition, right? So he takes these out again a little bit before the drop happens to kind of give people the anticipation. You can see that right there. So we're just copying literally what he's doing.
Goddamn I'm colder.
we can do on that little part, we can make like an impact that can kind of give it like a change for your transitions. So something like that would be all right.
Time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder. Running in my mind. Running in my mind. Feeling high.
Take that same riser, whatever we did right there, put that right there, maybe.
Mind. Feeling high.
So he takes out the kick right here. You can kind of hear it's a little dry. Cool. So he's got kind of maybe just like a little bit of the hats right there. Takes out these. Maybe we just take out those. Take out the claps right here. Take out these and just kind of give a nice little cool groove.
Feeling high. Doing what I feeling high. Doing what I
Yeah, we'll take these out too.
want.
And then we'll just put these back on there. And we're just gonna move these little vocal chops there.
Time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder.
So you kind of see how that flow is going.
Time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder. Goddamn, I'm colder. Running in my mind. Feeling time to shine, 'cause
We're just gonna take that same little vocal part that we did right here. We're just gonna move that right here.
feeling high. Doing all the time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder.
All right, so now we're getting into that. Let's hear this.
'Cause
All right, so now we're just gonna copy our breakdown here. Okay, we're just gonna double this, right? So we're just gonna double this part. Go Command Shift D. So we're right there, and then the drop comes in right there again. So we're just gonna copy our first drop onto the second drop, and it's gonna be a lot. Obviously, we're gonna make it more impactful, but we're gonna do that there. But we're gonna copy this here. Right, and then we're gonna have that go for another bar. So duplicate that, and then we're gonna do our intros right there, and then our outro right here. And yeah, that's arranged. Makes sense? See how I just started figuring out where everything was, and then once I got that little first part, the first part's in, you can see here's the mini drop, mini break, and then it's arrangement. Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? You just take this little part here, copy this over right here.
feeling high. Doing what I want. All the time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder.
take out the hats there too. We don't have the hats, we just have the claps. Now we start just detailing everything up, right?
I have a question for you. When you say you're taking out the lows, are you taking that with auto filter or like how do
So
you
yeah,
take?
you can take out the lows that way. You can take out the lows with an EQ8. So
Okay,
like if you want to see, you just want to take out the lows here.
okay.
So I just have like kind of one that I built from scratch that I just used that's on my templates. But this is just the same thing.
I'm colder.
So what I'm just gonna do now is just gonna kind of get these a little bit more gritty, like this. We do something like this on these ones, just for.
Time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder. Time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder.
And then it kind of goes back
Time
to
to
the
shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder.
does that thing again right there, where it just has the build up.
Goddamn, I'm colder.
This one here. So one thing I do notice on this is that let's take off this track space. We'll put this on. So one thing I do notice is that the mids need a little bit of work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this thing called Saturn on my mids for my bass. Right? We're just going to do two lines, one right here and one probably like right around 110. And we're just going to drive the mids up a little bit. On the mix max like 50%. Put a subtle tube on this. That way you can hear the difference. That would bring out those mids in that bass a little bit more. This is a really good trick, so let's listen to that out now. You hear that difference right there with those on and off? It's a big difference, especially when you're listening to that coming in like for these little breakdown parts. Big difference right there. And then we're just gonna take that little high pass filter thing that we did. Now I don't think we need that as much. We're just gonna kind of go into that sounds way more full in those areas now. And we can even probably turn this down just a little bit more. All right, so that's pretty much arranged now. Do you see how we just kind of we put everything in place. We kind of now we're just going to go and detail the sections, the transitions, and we can do that on the next meeting. But this is exactly how I do. I just find some tracks that I really like. I copy the whole breakdown. Then look, I mean, this thing gets arranged before you know it. But your loop's got to be full, right? So it's like,
feeling high, doing what I want all the time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder. Time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder.
we'll have to do some transitions from there.
Doing what I want all the time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder. Time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder. Running in my mind.
Yeah, and we'll just go and copy the, we'll get the vocal kind of set up here a little bit more. Like we'll have it just copied over just a little bit better, like right in here. And we'll just do that. And then we'll do that again.
Running in my mind. Feeling high to shine.
And we'll get that arranged up a little bit better, but let's just go into here and kind of do that again right here. A little too soon, so maybe right there, yeah.
Feeling high. Doing what I want all the time to shine, 'cause goddamn, I'm colder.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much getting your track arranged, and then we start detailing like I'm trying to do a little bit right now. But you guys have any questions about that?
No, no, I just have to go back and watch it and digest it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like I mean, you can see like this whole track, I don't really have a lot going on, right? Like I'm not trying to make this overly complicated, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to save time purposes just for us, right? Because to get everyone understanding what we're doing. Because I don't think this loop is full enough, in my opinion, but it's good enough where I can get an arrangement going. But you can kind
Mhm.
of see now it's like, here's your long break, here's your drop, here's your drop, here's your mini break, here's your thing. It's that simple, right? If you overcomplicate it, it's just going to be complicated. If you just keep it simple, hey, here's an arrangement for you. It's already done. All you got to do is put the set markers in where you want it to do and then just fill in those gaps. I mean, even sometimes what you could do is before you even start a track, before you even start a loop, get the arrangement set up for you the way you want it arranged, and then you start doing your little breakdowns and your little loop. So you know this is the drop, right? So just get this, start working in here with this loop, and then do your middle mini drop into the loop, right? Like this, I guarantee you, this guy, the only thing he did was focus on this area right here to start. This is all he focused on probably, and then everything else became arranged. He
I've
just
got,
pretty,
oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Um, so I don't know if this is a silly question, but say if you've got like lyrics and you kind of know what your melody is going to be, would it be better to record your lyrics in and make the music around that?
Yeah, I
Or
mean, there's no right or wrong way to do it. I definitely would recommend if you want to start out with your lyrics and you want to record your lyric music first, build around that, right? If you have your vocal, just you want to make sure that your vocal can always sit on top of your drops, right? So if this is your drop, make sure that vocal sits really well in there before you start building around it.
yeah,
So what I would do is I would drop a vocal and then try to build around that. And then if the vocal works in your drop, then it can also work in your breakdown. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah, so definitely you can definitely do that. There's no right or wrong way around that. So like you can see like this sounds good into here. See how I kind of have those in my drops too to make sure I know that it sounds good.
Time to shine, 'cause goddamn I'm colder. Time to shine, 'cause goddamn I'm colder. Feeling high.
Yeah, so it's simple like that. Like I always have my vocals in my drops too. You can build around that way. That's a good methodology. The way I like to do is I like to build my beats first and then work on vocals that fit in with the beat because the beat, the kick and the bass and your drums are those are the most consistent things throughout your tracks. So I like to
Yeah.
try to make those more prominent where I'm focused on, how can I make this sit? Then I'm trying to get the vocals to sit a little bit more. Now, my life would probably be easier if I did the vocal first, of course, because finding vocals can be a little tricky. So, if you can do it and you got a voice of an angel and you want to record some stuff, let it ride.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
But on that note, if you've got a vocal, is there a tool that you use or an easy way of getting a chord progression out of it, or is there just a case of bash them out and see what sounds good?
Chord progression out of a vocal.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, first you got to find the root note of the vocal, right? So
yeah.
let's say, like, let's just take, for instance, I'm going to give you a little quick little spiel on this because this is easy.
Pushing. Hey girl, what you doing there? Ass so fine, we go. Say that you love me.
All right, so that's an F minor. Let's put that right there, right? So we got this in F minor. What you can do is you can convert melody to a new MIDI track, right? So you got this. So now we can go chords there.
Say that you love me. Say that you love.
So then we can go back into it there and start to building some chords around it like that, right?
Say that you love.
Start trying to do stuff like this.
Say that you love.
Start doing stuff like that. Start
Say that you love me. Say that you. Say that you love me.
So start building chords that way. Just find the root note. So if it's F minor, so let's go into F minor here. Start doing,
Say that you love me.
something like that would be easy.
Say that you love me. Say that you. Say that you love me. Say that. Say that you love me. Say that you love me.
You can start doing stuff like that. Let's try to do something simple.
Say that you love me. Say that you love me. Say that you love me. Say that
Something like that. I mean,
you love me.
we probably don't need that, but something simple like that will give you kind of chord progressions that
Say that you love me. Say that you love. Say that you love me. Say that you love me. Say that you love me. Say that you love me.
we're just trying to build chord progressions around the vocal like that. It's not the best, but it definitely gives you a good starting point to see like where you wanted to go and probably might be better. You know what I mean? Something like that, maybe.
Say that you love me.
Probably want
Yeah, I
to
hadn't
carry
thought of
these
putting the
out.
melody to MIDI, so that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Or, what I like to do also if if you know it's an F minor, you can always just do a really elongated note. And just kind of see where it's at. We'll just find that bass note there. and just do something really long and then start building it out that way. So what I can do is take like a serum 2. We'll just
Said you love me, said you love me, said you love me, said you love me,
maybe do something like this.
said you love me, said you love me, said you love, said you love, said you love me, said you,
And then kind of maybe go down one more.
said you love me, said you love me, said you,
Or maybe just chop it up like this, right? Maybe this would be good.
said you love,
Do stuff like that. Might be easier that way. Just do maybe like 1, 2 there.
said you love, said you love me, said you love me,
We gotta get off that little beat, but it's not making sense.
said you love me.
Maybe give it a little bit of space here.
Said you love,
And then maybe on this one we go down.
said you love me.
Yeah, that sounded better. And just kind of do maybe like a little Tetris-y thing or something with it.
Said you love me. Said
Let's see, we put those together, right? And then maybe on this last one here, we get like an other note for another chord in there.
you love me. Said you love me. Said you love me. Said you love me.
See, kind of building those
Yeah.
chord progressions around it. And we're just kind of going into like this. And we don't even have like a good thing on it. Just delete that. Now we got the root note, but
Said you love me. Said you love me. Said you love me. Said you love me.
yeah, pretty much simple there. We could just do like another like kick F minor here, just like for shits and giggles, just to like hear if it's on beat. Just kind of see how that sounds. Just building a whole nother little thing in there. Just to see, group these together really quick. And just see how that sounds.
Said you love me. Said you love me.
Yeah, so it's working there. So we just do it this way now.
Said you love me. Said you love me.
Yeah, and then build a whole nother track like
Said
that.
you love me.
Get like a bass in FM just to like see if that like something just a simple like little,
Said you love.
see if we can get that in there like this now.
Said you love me. 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 Said you.
Yeah. So yeah, you can
Right.
definitely do it like that. So Raj, that hopes that answers your question too. You get a vocal in there, build some chords around it, and then you can start building tracks around that vocal, right?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah. What else you got? I got to get to work
That's
here,
it for
so
today. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
cool.
Great.
Sounds good. And Lewis, I'll be able to get your track feedback for you. If you can just message me on school, I'll message me directly and I'll give you that to listen to, okay, buddy?
Perfect. Perfect. I appreciate it.
Yep, no worries. All right, we'll talk here soon, guys.
Cheers,
Thanks.
Logan.
Bye.
Bye.